Morning news coming up shortly. It's time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Monday morning, July 11th, 2016. Good morning to you all on this lovely Monday morning, May 11th, July 11th, 2016. Here now, your news and our top story at 7:45 on this Monday morning. It is over the past 4 years in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where the federal of officers trailed by police officers last week was reignited a national conversation on race and policing over 103 protesters have been arrested, including prominent Black Lives Matter. London, Theresa May is only candidate to left to become Britain's new next prime minister. They have a contender and leaves some quit the race on Monday. The first of two terminal high altitude air defense on time interceptors is launched during a successful intercept test in 2013. The United States and India are evacuating non-emergency staff from missions in South Sudan as plenty violence in the capital spirals, leaving scores of people dead, including 2 Chinese UN. Fallon, Missouri. Monday, 4 teenagers have been charged in O'Fallon for allegedly using the new Pokemon Go app to exploit their victims. Beijing, the South China Sea is not on the agenda that should not be discussed as a major summit between Asian and European leaders in Mongolia at the end of the week, a senior Chinese diplomat said on Monday. Tokyo resounding election victory for Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Berlin Baka has opened a door to the crack with his long church. And Bishop to revise the Constitution for the first time since it enacted in 1947 beyond the scenes. Baghdad, the siege of the key military air base near the city, Iraqi city of Mosul, moves Iraqi security forces closer as to attempt to take it back from the Islamic State and raise the prospect of the Pentagon escalating its military presence. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi is on an African charm defense visit for nations where he hopes to tie up energy and trade deals and remind the continent of their cultural bond. Mogadishu, Somalia. Shabab militants claimed the responsibility on Monday for an attack to the small military base about 30 miles outside the capital, Mogadishu, that killed at least 5 social officers and witnesses said. India, a police officer in Kashmir drowned when an angry mob pushed his car to the river, police said. The gunman who had killed 5 police officers in Dallas was part of a larger attack, Dallas Police Chief Dave Irvine said on Sunday. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani being criticized after calling the term Black Lives Matter inherently racist. Boulder County, Colorado, officials said nearly 2,000 people have been evacuated as a cold springs fire continues to burn in the Netherlands. Obama's national impulse is to protect her children at all costs, and what Taylor did after she was shot and injured last week in Dallas, Texas, as Governor Mike Johnson opened fire police during the Black Lives Matter rally. London shares rose in Europe and Asia on Monday and they favored yen total against the fall after the beat U.S. jobs data. Fight the prospects of more stimulus to counter the weak global growth outlook and keep low rises. Sovereign bonds yields near. London oil fell on Monday over the sides of the U.S. shale drills have adopted the lower prices and on renewed indications of economic weakness in Asia where refiners are already trimming crude runs. Walmart sees Amazon's Prime Day, raising its fourth just as before Amazon's second Prime Day sales event and its self-invented holiday offers include deals with member subscription service. Walmart is limited with $50 minimum. Japan's line has passed its IPO and it's over the market range, put in a message at firm on the course of the raise of $1.3 billion, reflecting demand from investors to key out a rare opportunity to invest in a high-profile tech startup. Iran, the Iranian government is expected to bring in at least $40 billion in investments per year to open an oil industry, a deputy trade official said. Edinburgh, Scotland, the Scottish government said it was making millions of dollars in the funding available to help boost small-scale infrastructure that supports a low-carbon economy. Take a look at the stocks now. Up to the 50-86 points at 18,146.74. SP 500, 21, 29, 90, and Nasdaq 1,956.76. Despite the overcast skies hanging around much of the weekend, the 36,000 kids had its most successful year out of the three at the new location in North Andover Middle School. The North Andover Firefighters Kids A Association hosted an event which wrapped on Sunday. Out of the 2016 season was some of the new events such as the trucks on Saturday morning, the pole function Saturday afternoon up to 6, live musical acts in front of the weekend as well as the car show on Thursday night. Even at $5 on Sunday afternoon, people poured in the early to the catch rides on the front of the boat and the fireball and worked their way from the illusion wall, feasting on fried and lemonade. It was the first day of many people who chose Sunday as the best day to beat the crowds. Melissa Schwabier, North on Earth, enjoyed Kids Day since she was a child and appreciated the new locations more child friendly. North on Earth, across parking lots of the Toys R Us, set a Lego 11 Child's Dream, a basketball court has Lego Nintendo combination that took place Saturday, Sunday, encouraging both teamwork and fun was open to prize on a trip to Legoland in San Diego, California. Ross McCurdy, the Attleboro native and the fun and gets and high school teacher and promoted the Bellevue popcorn aircraft design to set another record. Foxborough Fire Former State Hospital Laundry Building beyond the base of Road Recreation Complex were completed last month, but the whole canal has only fallen in this repair. It seemed to have quite a while. Not official state post threat advisory for Southeast Massachusetts trying weather to continue. We'll have more on the weather coming up on the Weather 7 and Peter Chills. Morning News. Officials say 3 men reported that sexually assaulted a woman on Massachusetts border Florida. Property East Boston. The 7th district attorney's office as a victim reported assault to the Massachusetts police Sunday morning. And the LJ happened Saturday night at River Street Park. The woman was taken to the Massachusetts General Hospital treatment. Spokesman Jake Mark says investigators collected physical evidence from the area. Springfield, Massachusetts police say no one was hurt when the two-car crash set a car created in the Springfield home. Dwarf planets. Ceres continues to unfold mystery. Scientists have now identified its alien world that has permanently shot away to some of which are cold enough to accumulate water for a billion years. Not just dogs, but ghosts have too much of the company to communicate with humans as well as become best friends, suggests the study. Concussion rates are rising sharply among U.S. kids and teens. Researchers report that study, which looked at health insurance claims, almost 9 million Americans found that concussion diagnosis more. And e-cigarette use among teens rapidly increased. The National Health Report suggested that adolescents would not have otherwise used tobacco products and alternative electronic smoke devices. He had the county health department that to excuse the Texas American for city days before he received an unusual phone call. Strains of the which produced stupid body and mind ads for sale at Green Call retail marijuana business in Parkland, Washington. Peter Newsabs now 7:52 time out for Sports Report. Last night, the Boston Red Sox defeat the Tampa Bay Rays 4-0. UFC has been sold on $4 billion of the deal, expected to be efficient next Monday. Las Vegas-based CBS affiliate KLAS, the New York Times reported late Sunday night that its new owners being title agents WB, IMG, its owner Silver Lake. The years are over. After a month match of the biggest European championship ever, only Portugal remains. They are the best in the continent has to offer, having finally broken the fight to win their first international tournament by taking on the home country France. That year, believe it ended the British 7-7 wait for a male singles championship with Wimbledon as edge on Andy Murray's face. Peter Childers on 7:53 on this Monday morning, and it's time now for a traffic report. Let's start off on the MBTA, where Greenland B Branch tomorrow will experience mild delays due to track work from Bangkok Street to Washington Street, both ways from 8:45 p.m. to closing on Tuesday. Red Line experiencing minor southbound delays on Monday and Tuesday due to early Longfellow Bridge track work. Commuter rail, 50 train 491, 645 m. Outbound is operated 50-20 minutes behind schedule between West Concord and Littleton. Fitchburg Line train 92. 7:55 a.m. from Littleton is expected to depart Littleton 10-50 minutes behind schedule due to an early mechanical issue. Mid-American train 008, 7:20 a.m. inbound is departed. Middleman Station is operated 10-50 minutes late between Bridgewater South Station. Mid-American train 004, 6 a.m. inbound is departed. Middleburg is operated 20-25 minutes behind schedule due to a mechanical issue. And on the ferries, they are looking again. Alright, let's look at the roads. Where? Starting off down in Connecticut, where I-84 eastbound side is backed up from West Hartford to downtown Hartford. 91 is southbound side, so from 291 to I-84. 91 is the northbound side, so from Middletown to downtown Hartford. I-84 eastbound side, Littleside, New Bridge to Stretch, I-84, both ends, Littleside to Route 8 Jordan. I-84 westbound side, Little Silver, Newtown audience, the Route 7 to Danbury. Mary Andrew Haven has hit breaks all the way down to Sanford. 95 is southbound side, back to Fairfield down to New York border, New York City highways on Lincoln, slow. 95 to the northbound side, so from Milford audience, New Haven, 91 is southbound side, so before Route 95 to New Haven. Route 9 above Feds, also the Middletown stretch. Eastern Connecticut highways on Lincoln, get 395, Lincoln from north all the way down for Worcester. Outer Red 146 to the southbound side. It is slow from North Smith to 295 Lincoln. 146 to the southbound side. It is so from 15 to 95 downtown Providence. 95 to the southbound side. It is so from Pawtucket to downtown Providence. 95 northbound side. So Edwards Avenue to downtown Providence. 195 westbound side. So from Seacock to downtown Providence. 6 Tech Connector. So from Route 6 to Route 95 downtown Providence. Route 140 to the northbound side. It's a little slow. Route 84 in Taunton, 95 to the southbound side, Little Side, 295 out in Edinburgh, 95 to the northbound side, slow red, Route 128 Kenton, 24 northbound side, so from 139 to South Route 128 Kenton, 128 southbound side, so from 24 to Route 128, Route 3 to the Braintree split, from Randolph to Braintree, Route 3 to the northbound side, and then so from Jersey to Hickman to Braintree split, 7 to Westway to the northbound side, so the Pike all the way up to the Braintree split. Mass Park to the eastbound side is slow from Natick all the way at the Newton and then again from Austin Brett Tolls. Mass Pike westbound side, so the Newton quarter. Route 1 is southbound side in Sulphur. Rear audio to Route 93. Mass Pike on the westbound side. A little slow around the Logan Airport. 93 on the southbound side. Northbound side. A little slow from Lawrence to Route 485. 95 northbound side. A little slow from Route 93 in Reading. 93 is southbound side. A little slow from Stoneham all the way to the Zinkin Bridge. Route 2 eastbound side. So onto the Belmont, Route 2 westbound so from Alton to Route 128 in Lexington, Route 128 in the northbound side, and so from Route 5 in Canton all the way up to Route Interstate Massachusetts Turnpike up in Weston, Mass Pike on the northbound side, a little south after Route 95 PBD, 128 is southbound side, so from 93 in Reddit all the way after Waltham. Route 3 is southbound side, so from 495 roll to Route 128, 495 the northbound side, and then so from Route 3 in Low all the way up to Lawrence, and then his best again on 495 southbound, Route 213 in Lawrence. I-91 in the northbound side, so 57 to 291 in Springfield. 290 eastbound side, Little on Route 146 Auburn. 290, it's a low line, Route 495 in Monmouth. 93 is southbound side, so the Derry. You have to switch 93 to the northbound side. Also before Route 101 in Manchester. Route 101 eastbound side. Also around Route 95 in Portsmouth. But how is it always of Vermont Drive Jermaine on looking good? I-87 is southbound side. Middle south to the Canadian border with Vermont. I-87. New York State Freeway eastbound side. So from 8 to I-87 to the opposite stretch. I-890 westbound side. And it's over the next stretch. And New York State Freeway, it's a little side. 290 in Buffalo. Peter Taylor Dusab, 7:57 on this Monday morning, and it is time now for weather report, and it's a cloudy start to your morning. And take a look radar, it shows a little batch of rain showers around the Boston area. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, Petrobras before 8 a.m. Coast Guard is going to with mostly sunny sky about 75 degrees. Light north wind. Tonight, most Coast Guard about 58 degrees. Southwest wind. Tuesday, most sunny sky about 85 degrees. Light west wind coming to southwest wind 5 to 9 miles in the morning. Tonight, Petrobras of 2 a.m. Otherwise, Coast Guard about 60 degrees. And southwest wind about 5 to 8 miles on Wednesday. Most sunny sky about 87 degrees. Southwest wind about 6 to 9 miles on Wednesday night. Coast Guard about 60 degrees. Thursday, most sunny sky about 90 degrees. Thursday, chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Punchbowl after 11 p.m. Most skies come at 70 degrees. Transpiration 30%. Friday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Park skies come at 90 degrees. And transpiration 40%. Friday night, park 2 pounds between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Most skies come at 68 degrees. Saturday, chance of showers. Most skies come at 85 degrees. Transpiration 30%. Saturday, chance of showers. Park 2 pounds otherwise. Most skies come at 64 degrees. And transpiration 30%. For Sunday, most skies come at 86 degrees. Currently not near, it is 6 degrees over cast cash, 59%, 17 degrees Celsius. That's going to be for the Peter Channel. Morning news on this Monday morning, July 11, 2016. Peter, have a good morning, goodbye, day. Have a good day.